you can potentially use in other Titans. Reason being that he is giving the minus 34% defense for 4 turns.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. If you're curious about any other hero in Empires and Puzzles, you can view my website at anchorgame.com. There you will find I have graded every single hero with a calibrated team of graders. This resource will always be free. Thinking about supporting the hero grades and the breakdown videos? You're welcome to donate. Otherwise, feel free to share this resource with a friend. I have my exclusive line group called Anchor Cove, where you gain access to myself and tons of other experienced players with on-demand information and resources. If that piques your interest, all that information is on the opening page of my website with a short video. Let me dive into today's hero breakdown.
Hey, thanks so much for checking out the channel. Today we're going to be doing a brand new hero breakdown on Kunchen. He's got 618 on his attack, 815 on his defense, 1437 on his health. Statistically, his attack power is pathetic. Defensively, dude's a monster. He's been taking some protein shakes. 815 is really high. 1437 really high. Definitely a defensive type hero. Pretty awesome there. He is running at slow speed. He also comes with an innate ability to resist status ailments that affect defense. Doesn't apply to status ailments affecting elemental defense. So if you try and use like a hero like Grimm, it's not going to work. Try and use a hero like Athena, not going to work. Anything that gives regular defensive down, resist it. Get away from me. Can't mess with my defense. However, heroes like Panther, heroes like Evelyn that affect elemental defensive down will work. So I think that innate ability was what really pushed him over to become a defensive tank, which is really cool. As far as his abilities, he recovers 42% health for all allies. All enemies get minus 34% defense for 4 turns. Dispels status ailments from all allies. And the Elemental Link gives all Dark allies 46% defense against Holy for 4 turns. This effect can't be dispelled. This video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends. It is a free massive turn-based dark fantasy RPG. To try this game out, all you gotta do, go to the video description, click on the special links. You'll receive 100,000 silver and 1 free champion, Acolyte. All your treasure, it's waiting for you right over here, and it's only available for the next 30 days and new players. Pretty amazing. I really like that Elemental Link. It's definitely relevant. Pretty cool there. Which is weird because that's normally kind of like a regular ability to give all Dark that much defensive up against Holy. Pretty cool. But his special, 42% is a lot of life. 34% defense for 4 turns is a long duration. And then you're also dispelling status ailments from all allies. It's no wonder why this hero was utilized did very well in the tank position. I remember the switch over when we went from holy tanks to dark tanks, and it was pretty awesome to see how much this guy really took over and how annoying it really was, especially with having such high defense. He is a cleric hero, which means that he's battling it out with the likes of potentially like Mother North or White Rabbit as well too. So you do have some competition there for sure. But I know in the past he was pretty much the hero to use your emblems on for sure. When we look at his Titan grade, he is going to get an A+ grade there. This is one of the rare heroes that you can potentially use in other Titans. Reason being that he is giving the minus 34% defense for 4 turns. He is the only hero besides Cheshire Cat that you can use as purple defensive down that is not elemental defensive down. So he definitely does help out a lot on Titans. This is going to be your regular defensive down hero that you're going to be using against yellow Titans. Maybe if you're really in a struggle, you don't have any other heroes that give defensive down, you could potentially use him, especially if you're the type that likes to also heal your heroes as well. So that could be used, but probably most likely just going to be used on the yellow Titans. If you absolutely need a hero giving defensive down, you could maybe use him. That's why he's going to get the A+ grade there. Obviously, his attack power is ridiculously low, so you're not using him there. It's only going to be for the defensive down. That's the big draw to him. When we look at his offensive grade, he is going to get an A+ grade there. Reason being, he's recovering a lot of health. He's also setting it up so they get minus defense, and he's also dispelling as well too. And the elemental link is definitely going to help, especially because you're going to be pairing either on mono 3-2. He pairs well with other heroes in the same color, so that's going to help out a lot. It's pretty awesome. He's amazing on offense, just recovering so much health, and then also giving the defensive down. That defensive down for 4 turns is a long time. That's a long time. A+ grade there. When we look at his tank grade, he is still going to get an A+ grade there, even though he is running at slow speed. He can take a pounding though, but what's really great is even though he takes a lot of damage, he's healing so much. So when he does go off, he's also giving the elemental link as well. So he's making it so that he's protected against Holy for 4 turns after he goes off. He's pretty much just sustaining and getting hit a ton. And once he fires off once, it could potentially be enough to just take the wave, because you're also dispelling. So any of your other heroes, they're set up so they're free and clear. They probably got full life. And then their whole team now has minus defense. So he is going to get an A+ grade as far as his tank grade goes. We look at his flank grade. He is going to get a B grade there. I'm not a big fan of putting him in the flank. It's just not going to work that well. He's a very defensive hero that needs to be in the tank position. When you start moving him around, you bring him over there into the wing, it's not really going to help you out, especially with him running at slow speed. It's not going to be a factor. Probably with your tank already dead at that point, recovering the health isn't going to be a huge factor. Don't do that. And then absolutely don't put him in the wing. Obviously, it doesn't make sense. There are some heroes that work really well in the wing running at slow speed. This is not one of them. With him recovering health, you want it set up to where your heroes are alive. You could maybe utilize him for the fact that he gives the defensive down. But again, dispelling all status ailments not going to be a factor, and the elemental link is definitely not going to be a factor at that point. I'm not a big fan of the wing. He is still going to get an overall grade of an A on defense. This might have been an A+ if we still were mostly utilizing purple tanks, but I think that purple has a lot of competition in the tank position. So I don't know, he's still at an A, he's still an awesome hero on defense. When we look at his rush grade, he is going to get an A+ on rush attack. Obviously with him now running at very fast speed, recovering a ton of health, giving them defensive down. And then he's also dispelling everything. I don't know what else more you could want, but him running at very fast speed is definitely a factor. An amazing hero to be using on that. When we look at his buff grade, he is going to get a B grade there. The biggest factor is the fact that he's running at slow speed, so that does impact the board quite a bit. It helps out that he is dispelling the status ailments from all allies, so that is kind of one of the things that buff is doing. Typically they're doing that. I do like that he already has it set up to where he reflects or he resists the defensive down, so you're not going to be able to kill him that way. But I'm not a big fan of him on buff. Maybe you could utilize him because he's recovering so much. Maybe that's a B+ grade, but I'm not sure. I think that there's a little bit better heroes. On buff, I would definitely use Costume Regard over him, just because you're utilizing the buff part of it, you're also giving attack power up, and you're also healing. So I'd probably use Costume Regard with him running at average speed instead on buff. And when we look at a Bloody Battle grade, he is going to get a C grade. I was really close to giving this a B-, but I think that the big draw is him staying alive because he's going to recover the health. Obviously, giving minus 34% defense and dispelling is going to help out a bit, but I think it's too much of a liability because you're probably really going to focus on him recovering the health, and within Bloody Battle, it's not going to happen. Still, he is going to get an overall grade of an A+. This guy is an absolutely amazing on the Titans, amazing on offense, and could be definitely used on your defense as well. Overall, a very well-rounded, awesome hero. If you do have him, I'm sure you're really appreciating him. So thanks so much for watching this content. Please make sure you like, you subscribe, turn notifications on. I'll see you on the next one.